Yeah. Let's see. We're streaming live on YouTube, it looks like. Sweet. All right, let's get this going here. So we have both. And I think we'll be all set. All right, what's up? This is Coach Ryan with Project Fresh. How you guys doing? We have our Monday Lunch Live going on today. And so we are both on Instagram and YouTube collectively together. So I may need to kind of set up a little bit better of a system here um, for live streaming, but for now we'll get it down. So multiple cameras, multiple angles, camera A, camera B. Anyway, so yeah, we're live streaming to our YouTube now so that we'll have this content in a couple of different places, and hopefully we'll have a few other means to cultivate additional content from these Monday Lunch Lives. So a number of months ago now, we've been doing this for a long time, and I'm grateful for that. That is the aspect of consistency that we're after as far as the company. Monday Lunch Live was developed to talk about specific topics that are pertinent to your improved and maintained wellness, particularly in the concept of what we do as far as Project Fresh. We have F for fitness, R for recreation, E for education, typically around exercise and nutrition. Primarily, we've said nutrition in the past. S is sanctity, so dealing with spiritual health. And then H is health overall, or overall health, kind of that catch-all at the end of Fresh. And so that's our company name and ultimately what we talk about. I'm a wellness consultant and professional fitness / athletic coach. So I work with general population every day, individuals all the way up to those who are looking to perform fitness at a higher level. So we can talk about amateur, collegiate, high school, pro athletes. And so we're building and connecting in those realms as well. But ultimately, we do this day in, day out, don't have any other jobs. This is 100% the time what we focus on as far as our fitness. And I can definitely see that I want to make sure that my cameras are a little bit more in line with each other so that I'm looking at the same thing throughout. But that being said, technical difficulties are what they are. We'll get better at this as we go. So anyway, today's topic is a bit of a follow-up to a couple weeks ago. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving. So that means full-blown holidays. The stores are already playing the Christmas songs. There is already preparations. We see people buying the turkeys and get ready to do all of the fixings and travel. Both in my wife and I's network, we're hearing about people getting ready to travel long distances, make a lot of food, to spend time with relatives and do all these different things. And so what I really wanted to emphasize today is more of what I just highlighted in the context of me doing this on a regular basis. It's all about consistency, not intensity. Consistency over intensity is going to win every single time. Now, I would say first and foremost, as far as consistency, you just want to make sure you're doing two simple things. One, getting in enough protein on a daily basis. So averages throughout the week, if you just want to start Monday through Friday, and practice on getting better on the weekends, start there. Those 5 days a week will be ideal. You've probably got more structure Monday through Friday, depending on what your work schedule is, than you do over the weekends. Now, if you're somebody like a friend of ours that is a flight attendant, where it's very irregular schedule, that's a little bit more of a challenge, but there is some things that you can do consistently that don't necessarily align in a schedule way, but that allows you to still have consistent results with an inconsistent schedule. That'd be a little bit more particular. Maybe we can do that for another topic for another day. But ultimately, I got my missus on here watching. What's up, baby? Ultimately, Consistency wins over intensity. So the two things: one, getting in enough protein. So I've used the example of, let's say you're 150 pounds, you want to be uh, eating 70% of your body weight as a minimum. So if we get our calculator out, should be able to do this math. I can't do simple math. It's just not possible. 0.7, so that's 105. I could have done that quickly, but that's 105 grams. I would do a range. So let's say maybe 100 to 110 grams of protein a day. And the other thing is number two, consistency over intensity, is getting in regular fitness. So recommended 2 to 3 days of strength training, from calisthenics to bands to heavy dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, weighted machines, 2 to 3 times a week. And then whatever your favorite recreation slash cardio is. We're kind of in the in-between season where runners love this weather right now. Biking is a little risky if it's snowing. Biking is always risky if you're on the roads. Or, we're kind of sort of getting into ski season, snowboarding season, not quite there yet, but pick your favorite cardio and aim to do that a couple of times. So if you're doing 2 strength trains, and you're doing 2 cardios, that gives you at least 4 days a week out of 7. That means you're exercising more days in the week than you're not, 4 versus 3. If you can get that 5th day in, we'd highly recommend you do the strength training. But if that's not in the cards for whatever reason, then of course you can at least get some cardio. Or as an old trainer called it, CVX, cardiovascular X. There might be P90X people out there. That is cardiovascular with resistance. So think running, but running in place with dumbbells in hands. I wish there was like a live feature where you could see me running without weights, and all of a sudden, got dumbbells in my hands, like one of those cool little snap features. Anyway, so that gives you the 2 things for number 1: consistent on the protein, consistent on the workout. Okay, that's really important. Again, consistency over intensity. Number 2, you have to be intentional about this. This is not going to just happen, right? You got to plan sometimes. You got to be a little bit more intentional. Ryan, I'm 150 pounds. How the heck am I going to get 105 or that 100 to 110 grams of protein a day? It's simple. It's finding out what is in the food, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, carnivores would be easier. Whatever food plan you're on, protein is paramount. Does not matter what you're doing. Okay, so vegetarians and vegans are a little bit more likely to have more fats and carbs, obviously. So it's really important for you to be intentional about where you can find your protein. For those that kind of do more of the standard, whatever your meat choice is, a little bit easier for you in that case, but ultimately being intentional. So we like to use Fairlife. I've talked about these guys a lot. They got the 30 or 42 gram. That already, you did this on 100 to 110, you're already about 30% or roughly 30% of the way there. On a 2,000 calorie diet, 30 grams is considered 60% of your daily value. What? 30 times 4 is 120 calories. That's not true. So you even need to know daily values. I won't get into those weeds, but I just realized that they really think 30 grams is 60%. That is wild. That is not true. That is below threshold for thriving, or excuse me, surviving, let alone thriving. 70%, the number I gave you, is actually just enough to keep you at a surviving. That's bare minimum protein. Ideally, if you're looking to build and maintain muscle mass, we're talking moving up our way to 1 gram of protein per pound of body fat. A lot of people like to say ideal body weight. So maybe I'm at 150 and my ideal is actually 140. Then, change your math and readjust your numbers. But ultimately, I don't want to get into the weeds. I want to stay focused on what we said in step number 1, being consistent over being intense. And then number 2 is being aware of what the consistency looks like. How am I consistent? What do I need to have in place for the days? That means I'm looking at my schedule ahead of time. If I don't have a schedule, that means I'm making one. That means I'm keeping the people around me, which will be number 3, apprised and aware of what's going on. And that really, I guess a bonus could be for number four, making sure that I have everything in play when my schedule is different, which is going to be the case for us for the next 6 weeks. So being proactive, being ahead of the game, if you will, or being ahead of yourself and your schedule, knowing what's coming. Number three, letting people know around you what's going on. And in an irregular schedule scenario, which we could just say bonus point number four today, would be planning appropriately. So you're on the road to go see family. Do I have protein snacks with me in the car? And if I'm taking any kind of supplementation, that's very important for me. Am I packing and preloading appropriately? Got one of these little things, the old divider. I know pill things don't always look like this, but am I packing up my daily supplements in something that I can carry with me? Baggies, whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. My wife and I throw all of our different bottles of supplements sometimes into our bags, and then just take them, put them out somewhere where we see them so we don't forget them. You know, where we're going, is there a Costco or a store that has the typical drink that I have at home? Kind of creating a travel plan, just the same as you would creating a plan at home. And I've talked about that in the past for our Monday Lunch Lives too, creating a travel plan, if you will. So anyway, those are the 4 steps for today. Very important to maintain because, as we all know, we've got all of the fixings, and I see people going through all kinds of fast foods, and you've got all the mochas and holiday flavors at Dunkin' and Starbucks and whatever. So you've got your things that only come around this time of season. You've got all of your delectable desserts that I'm starting to see pop up on Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, I want some of that. But one serving I've found is more than enough for me because starting to feel it more on the stomach as I get older. And so sometimes it's really hard to get a single serving. So hopefully better to be around people so you don't have to eat the rest, right? And, another bonus, if you will, the most powerful word you can use in the next 6 weeks is no. I know it's really hard. It's a bonus one. It just came to mind. I figured I'd say it briefly. Telling people no is not saying that you hate them, that you don't like them, that you don't want to be around them. Saying no is, hey, I've got these goals. I've got this aspect of my life that's really important to me. And so I want to create healthy boundaries to make sure I take care of myself. That doesn't mean that you're trying to create dissonance within a relationship. If somebody doesn't get it, then they just don't understand. They're just not mature. They don't have the awareness, whatever it is. And that's on them. Bless and release them, right? Let them be. But ultimately, if you are like, you know what, I want to enjoy myself, and I want to make sure that I don't gain 5, 10, 15 pounds over the next 6 weeks, which is possible. You could eat a lot and really, I wouldn't say 15, but you could put on some serious weight over the next 6 weeks. No is a very, very important word to exercise throughout the rest of the holidays. Okay. And I guess they're getting really good at no alcohol drinks. So, what do we call them? Mocktails. I'm hearing that even zero alcohol beers taste better now in the last couple of years. I don't know about no alcohol wines. I'm not a wine person, so I can't speak to that. But a couple clients recently were telling me non-alcoholic beers are a lot better than they've been in the past. In the last couple of years, mocktails are a lot of fun. Sparkling water is great. I've got a lot of people who ask me about how could they dress up our Energize, our pre-workouts. You could use this with sparkling water. You could put little slices of citrus, or I would probably mix this up with some raspberries because I'm adventurous, or maybe strawberries, but raspberries sound really good. That raspberry lemonade kind of angle. And this is a pre-workout. So you could mocktail your way through the holidays with joy, taste buds just overflowing with goodness, and not gain a single pound because there's really no calories in sparkling water. There's no sugar. And the cool thing is fruits are fructose, so that's a natural form of sugar, which, yeah, there's a little calories there, but it's far better than all of the added sugars and everything else that comes in. Like, yeah, my wife just did the clink on the glasses. We have our anniversary on the 29th of December. So we usually like to get a little bit of what is it, Martinelli's. We always get some of that for the Christmas anniversary New Year window, if you will, those 7 days. So we'll pop a little bubbly for us. We don't drink alcohol. But there's a lot of little different ways that you can keep your calories very small and still give those taste buds that joy. And still clink your glasses with your friends. Who cares if there's alcohol in the cup or not? You are hanging out with people that you love, and that's what matters the most. So I don't want to belabor this anymore, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to take this Monday Lunch Live a little bit further than we have and give you guys some more content to keep you going, to keep you strong, because January 1st will come, and that's where everybody's like, I should probably do something with my body. Yeah, you could start now. You don't have to have that shock/panic attack on January 1 or 2 or 3, or maybe you delay it into the 15th when it's like, oh my gosh, it's already Martin Luther King Jr. Day, or whatever day it lands on this year. It's whatever Monday it is. Don't have to do that. And that's our whole point here is we want to give you guys tips. We want to give you guys awareness. We want to give you guys strategies that we've seen work for our clients so that you can have success. And I'll just leave with this. If you're looking for more of this, but more detailed, custom, and full attention on you, we do have 2 different packages. We're taking a troubleshoot approach that, Ryan, I just lose fat and I can't keep it off. Help me. We'll spend a month to show you exactly what you need to do to lose it and keep it off for the rest of your life. Of course, seasons come down the road, things change. You can always do updates down the way, but we're doing this service in a way where it's very intense, it's very acute, it's right on point. We're trying to keep it in a month. If we need to go 2, fine. But we do have specials right now where it's either for our popular package, our Fresh Warrior, it's $1,000 off. And if you're looking to really get some detailed time, it's going to be, I believe, $1,500 off for our Fresh Beast Elite package, which is where you get a lot of my dedicated time for a little bit more on a monthly basis. And we really dive in, dig in, and get you squared away, get you dialed in, get you everything you need to be successful. So a month later, you're cruising, everything's coming together. You know exactly what to do in the most challenging, difficult of seasons. And you know how to ride the wave when the seasons are more manageable and results come easy. So you can vacillate between those seasons without losing your mind, your hair, or anything else in that regard. So this is Ryan Sanders with Project Fresh. We will be back next Monday on the 25th, right before Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a fantastic week. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, both on our YouTube and Instagram. We'll also be posting this article on our LinkedIn as well, probably here in the next couple of days. So we'll see see more of this content as we go. So appreciate those who follow us. As I said, my wife is on here, so go check her out on Instagram. She's getting after it on a regular basis. We got a workout coming up here in about 40 minutes. And yeah, we'll keep things moving and grooving. Good to see you guys. Have a good one. Take care. Whoops.